In this 1 hour long video, I'm going to show you the start to finish of how I make a proxy deck from scratch. If you have asked a question hasn't been answered before, this is the video you want to watch. I also show you in the beginning of the video of all of my methods that I've tested over the time of me making proxies, what works, what doesn't, and what's the best way, so that we're on the same page. My name is Cry. This video is sponsored by the Cry Secret Layer. Join the Cry Secret Layer so you can dive deeper into making proxies. I want us to get on the same page, right? Before I start going to show you my exact process. In my hand, I have a little sheet that I made of all the process, all the methods that I've tested, with all the results that I think, it's good enough. So in the beginning, we have laser printer. No, I mean, if you look at the whole chart, it's broke down. Also, excuse my horrible handwriting. It is hard on this. Okay, that's why I have to talk you through this. I can't just upload this as a PDF because you will not understand my handwriting. Number one, we have divided our methods into 2 categories: laser printer and inkjet printer. Our methods are limited to the tool that's available for us. Okay, and this is the best way to do it. We separate the laser printer. Some of you actually probably have laser printer at home. Some of you don't. Laser printer is very oftenly used in offices or a print shop, okay, like Office Max. And the inkjet printer is more common in homes where you print photos. A print shop probably, I would say a professional print shop probably have both printers, but inkjet is very easily accessible, probably the more economical choice if you go with the EcoTank version, the Epson printers, right? So let's go into laser printer real quick. So both these printers, you don't have to make fancy proxies. That's the thing. Let's get on that page real quick. Let's get that question out of the way. If you want to make your proxy with a printer paper and then just put it in front of a land card and then put it in your sleeve, feel free to do that. Nobody's stopping you from doing that, okay? This is for people who wanted to get a better result, all right? So if you're doing that, go ahead, do that. I already listed right here in the front, regular printer. You don't have to watch the rest of the video. Just download your photo onto Canva, I don't know, Google Drive or something, and then print them and cut them with scissors. Next up, for laser printer, we're looking at the non-foil version, okay? So I broke it down by foil and non-foil because both of these have similar but yet different methods. So for non-foil, if you're using a laser printer or if you go into print shop, this is what you do, okay? You use cardstock or you can use photo paper. All right, cardstock, you gotta be white, right? Photo paper, you already know it's white. Now, I have linked all the cardstocks or photo, whatever the stuff I'm talking about. I'm using the materials and tools also in the description, so you can go over and take a look. Or if you're on TikTok, I linked it in my bio. Cardstock and photo paper. You can. This is something that I need to let you understand. You don't have to follow the exact method. You just need to know you want to get the thickness, the rigidity, and the image quality right. Okay, so it does not matter what type of cardstock or photo paper you use. You want to get the thickness right. All right, there's a couple of ways to get the thickness right, but most directly you can buy the paper or cardstock that's thick enough, which is, I marked down 0.2 to 0.3 millimeter. The official MTG card is 0.3 something, 0.32 something millimeter, if I remember correctly. So any paper that's that thick, you can use a laser printer to print on it, okay? Or with the methods I've tested, I posted on my channel before, you get a 65-pound photo paper, or sorry, I'm getting confused. 54 pound photo paper, all right, or even lighter paper, like 40 or 30 pound photo paper. But the lighter it gets, the more transparent the paper gets. So I don't, 54 probably is the sweet spot, so you don't see through your card to see the other side, right? So I get 54-pound photo paper. That would require lamination. Now, if you get a photo paper that is 3mm thick, then you don't need no lamination. Okay, just print on it, and you can probably cut it, put it in your card sleeve. In terms of for cardstock, okay, cardstock, you can just get the 310 GSM black core cardstock. I mean, that's it's very similar to what MTG actually used to print their cards on, right? They use blue core, German paper, and with different methods, obviously come out a little different. So I tested before. I tested with cardstock. Actually, let me see if I have it. Oh, I might not have it in this folder. Okay, this is gonna be the first cut I'm gonna make. All right, in my hand, I have all of my experiments. Let me find. By the way, the only reason why I'm doing a video here in where this is our bedroom where I do my recording for gaming stuff, is because my wife works at home in the office, so I cannot make any noises when she's working there. That's why we are here. Oh, I got it. I found them. Okay, so in my hand, I have all of these cards. They're all printed on 310, or actually 330 GSM black core cardstock. Okay, and these are all printed by laser printers. I don't know if you guys can see. These are all printed on laser printer. I took this to Office Max and then got image off MPC, right? I printed these and they actually look decent. I mean, they don't have the best image quality. That's just how it is with laser printer, but this is definitely a playable card right here. Now, the rigidity is not quite there. I know Magic does some other things that increase the rigidity a little bit, or maybe it's the paper type, I don't know. But I mean, you don't need to do anything else to a card that's being printed this way, okay? All you need to do is put it in a sleeve and play with it. And this is the right thickness. You're gonna shuffle, it's just gonna feel right when you shuffle it. So yeah, that's probably the simplest way to do it. The only thing is the 330 GSM cardstock, they're pretty expensive, pretty pricey, like 20 bucks for only 20 sheet or something. I mean, still cheaper than buying the actual card. So there's your option. Again, I marked lamination right here at the bottom is optional. Okay, lamination is optional. You do not need to laminate. At least I don't laminate every single card. Lamination is optional, but it does help. It does protect the card. It does add thickness and rigidity. So there you go. Excuse me. Okay, so for foil card, you need obviously foil sticker paper plus cardstock. Okay, what would they be? Let me show you. Actually, do I have some? I believe I do. There we go. So the Sonics cards that I printed, these right here. Okay, laser printer plus foil sticker paper plus 65-pound cardstock. All right, not bad. I mean, again, you suffer from image quality, but I have no complaint. I mean, if you can read it, then you can probably play it, right? And I have no problem reading the text, and the color is not bad, not gonna lie. Okay, so you do not, if you want to laminate, you could laminate these. They're probably 0.29 or an 8 something in terms of thickness. So you could do a layer of lamination. It adds more rigidity. This is all right, you know, a little on the softer side. But again, foil version, get the foil sticker paper for inkjet or inkjet and laser printer, and then print on these, apply it onto the cardstock for now. Okay, that's the method. So that's it for laser printer. Simple, straightforward. Again, I don't own one, so those are only the methods I've tested that I went to store, or at work I've tested these. Now let's look at the inkjet printer. This is where most people probably will do at home. So let's look at the non-foil method. Right here I have non-foil photo paper plus lamination 0.3 millimeter. This is refined. Okay, so this method is refined for making non-foil. It is the closest in terms of thickness, in terms of rigidity, to a regular card you can get with a home-owned inkjet printer. Okay, it is good, besides the fact it's not a foil card. So I have in my hand a couple of these. You know, I print these double-sided as well. I made a tutorial on this with that exact same method. Okay, 54-pound photo paper plus 2 mil lamination. I mean, you can't get 2 mil lamination anywhere else besides my store, because I reached out to the factory. I asked my cousin who lives in China, went to the factory, asked them, can you make 2 mil laminating pouches for us specifically? That's why we get 2 mil laminate. And then you might ask, what's the difference between 2 MIL lamination paper versus 3 MIL lamination? Thickness, really. I mean, 3 mil is the most common thickness, probably the thinnest you can get on the market as in a lamination pouch format. But to get that precise thickness, you would need 2 mil in combination with 54-pound photo paper. Okay, double-sided photo paper. And again, rigidity, top notch. Thickness, top notch. 0.3 something millimeter. You can't get better than this. Okay, if you don't want to get the 2 mil lamination, I mean, I put it in a little bundle for you, so you don't even have to buy them separately. But if you are getting your photo paper separately, then you actually can downgrade the photo paper to, I don't know, 40-pound or 30-pound, I don't know, some lighter weight photo paper, but you're gonna suffer with seeing through the card because it's thinner. Then you can use your 3 mil lamination, right, that you can get on the market. Okay, so some people ask, am I gonna have 2 mil lamination pouches just for sale by itself in the future? Yes. Right now we can only sell it in a bundle because there's not enough demand for it. Okay, if there is enough demand after, you know, our pre-order for the Crackhead Circular bundle, then I will talk to the factory. I said, you know, there's enough demand, people really want the 2 mil lamination by themselves, can you produce that just for us? Then we could get it onto our store, so you don't have to buy everything else, just get the 2 mil lamination. So stay tuned for that. Again, top notch. This is probably the most refined version of making proxy. Again, double-sided. All right, double-sided. I'll show you the double-sided method, you know, how to make them. Crisp image. Can't say much about it. You shuffle right, bend right. Yeah, that's how you do non-foil. Okay, let's look at the foil methods. Okay, what's the first one I have listed here? Photo paper plus foil vinyl. Okay, this is probably the most complicated, I mean, one of the most complicated way to do a proxy, but I did it anyway. So I have in my hand a 40 pound, I want to say 40 something pound photo paper. You can see through it, right? You can see the image on the other side. That's what I was talking about. If you use lighter paper, that's what you have to deal with. So I got that thin photo paper. I laminated, actually. So in the front, you can see that foil star effect. I have to tell you this. There's two types of foil paper on the market. One you can print on, the other one you cannot. The one you can... I'll be back. Okay, in my hand, I actually have them. I'm gonna show you the difference. Okay, one of them you do not buy. Okay, you do not buy one of these because you cannot print on them, and the name is very similar, so it's very easily confused by people. And a lot of you have ink not being able to dry. This is probably why. Yeah, you bought the wrong paper, which the mistake I have made before, right? In my hand, two types of foil paper. Okay, this one is called foil vinyl paper, different than inkjet foil sticker paper. The texture is hugely different between these two papers. This one right here is plastic. It feels like plastic. That's why your ink is not drying, because this is the wrong paper. Okay, ink, you have to get the inkjet version of the foil sticker, not the foil vinyl by itself. It will not stick. Now, so because I made a mistake, right? I ordered a bunch of these vinyls in the very beginning in my journey of making proxies. I was thinking if there's a way to incorporate this into my proxy making process. The method of photo paper plus foil vinyl is this. So I print on the photo paper, thin photo paper. I apply a layer of the foil vinyl sheet, and then I laminate this in 3 mil pouches, laminating pouches. The result is actually pretty close, besides the fact it is flimsy as, I don't know how to describe this, but it does not feel solid. That's the way I would describe it. I mean, does it look okay? Sure, it looks fine. I mean, I'm not into these type of foil. It just looks like it's very surface level foil. No, it's not incorporated into the proxy itself, right? So again, the thickness is right, but it's not dense enough like a real card. But there is a way. If you have some foil vinyl laying around, you can try this. The next method is foil sticker plus cardstock. Okay, this is hands down my favorite way. My favorite way to do proxy. Straightforward. Right here. Foil sticker plus cardstock. You see it, curling. That's just how it is with these type of papers. With how you apply the paper onto the cardstock too. That's just the way it is. So get the foil sticker paper, right? The correct version. Print directly onto the paper. Stick the paper onto the 65-pound cardstock, black. Voila, there it is. You could laminate, or you do not have to laminate if you are lazy like me. It's recommended if you laminate, because you're gonna get your print all over this front right here, and you're gonna get dust trapped on top. Yeah, I mean, the rigidity is pretty soft without the lamination. You know, you do one side lamination only for these to get the right thickness, right? So there it is. Simple, straightforward. And next up, excuse me, foil sticker paper plus cardstock plus single-sided lamination. That's what I was talking about earlier. Let me get an example of this thing. Man, I just remember trying a method each day, trying to refine the version of proxies. Okay, so in my hand, right here, get off the white plus a bird, choco bird. Cardstock on the back, foil, sticker paper printed directly, plus one-sided lamination on the front, right, to get the right thickness and pretty solid rigidity. Not quite as stiff as the regular card, but this is, you can't go wrong with this. If you shuffle, put them in the card sleeve. That's the thing, okay? I do all my proxy, I put them all in sleeves, so when I play, it just feels like regular cards. Okay, so all of these methods, if you use any of these, put them in the card sleeve, you'll be fine. The point is to play the game. Okay, the point is I want you to play the game. Now let me worry about the techniques, the technologies, and then try to make these. Let me worry about that. Okay, next up, this is my OG way of making proxies. So foil sticker plus cardstock plus double-sided lamination. Actually, I might not even have one. Do I? Oh, I do. Okay, so I have a card that I made a long time ago, right here in my hand. Two-sided lamination. You can see it's glossy on the back. Cardstock plus foil paper, foil sticker paper printed directly on the foil paper. Apply it onto cardstock and then laminate it both sides. Okay. It feels like an ID. That's the best way I can describe this. It feels like ID. Too thick. Stiffness is, I just dropped it. Stiffness is just about right, but too thick. Next up, this is complicated. Okay, I went way beyond for this next method. Photo paper plus foil vinyl plus a spray. I do not recommend you to do that. It doubles the amount of time it will take for you to make these proxies. I did it because, you know, that's who I am. That's why I post videos on YouTube, right? You do not have to do that. Okay, in my hand, this is what I have. Okay, nice texture. I have to give it to this method. Very nice texture, and you can still see foil, right? Like right there, you see the foil, double-sided, right? 54-pound photo paper plus vinyl, right? The foil vinyl, the one I showed you earlier, the wrong version that you don't buy, right? So for double-sided card, I put the foil sticker on both sides, right? I mean, obviously you want both sides to be foil. So after I applied the foil vinyl, I sprayed both sides with matte finish spray. I don't even remember the name. And then let them dry for 30 minutes or 15 minutes one side and then flip over. I do not suggest you do this. Very time consuming. Does it come out nice? Yeah. Oh, there's no smell anymore, but you know, they smell like paint when you first do it. All right, the lazy way. Okay, so originally I have the lazy way as foil sticker plus double-sided lamination, which I did. I was in a rush that one time, so I feed my sticker paper, foil sticker paper, through the printer. Came out, I just put it through the laminator on both sides. You know, if you really do not want to apply your sticker paper onto your cardstock, by all means do this, right? There's this weird feeling. Okay, it's stiff but soft at the same time. But look at this, it's like a thin plastic, and it also it's like a wave-ish. It's wavy. Okay, just because I think the glue is heated up in between the sheets. I tested. Is it viable? Sure. Should you do it? Maybe. Right? There's a better way to do it. So the winner of all these methods, let me highlight it for you, okay? For me, non-foil, obviously, no brainer, right? Right here. Pretty refined. Just use your photo paper plus lamination, both sides. Thickness is right. And then for the foil version, no brainer. For laser is very simple. You actually don't need to laminate at all, right? Like the Sonic cards I showed you earlier that I cannot find now. But yeah, they feel fine without lamination. Actually, they feel more like a real MTG card than the laminated version. Right, these are printed with laser. Yeah, you don't have to worry about like sticking because there's a layer of ink on it already. So for inkjet printer, my favorite way right here, foil sticker plus cardstock, definitely. Foil sticker plus single-sided lamination, definitely. Okay, those are the two ways that I will, you know, prefer to do it. And then in the next part of the video, you're gonna see me doing this version right here because I got lazy. I didn't laminate, which I was fine with at the end, how the result turned out. Okay, now we're on the same page. I'm gonna show you my process and I'm gonna walk you through it, okay, so that you understand why I make certain decision at what stage, at what phase. So when you have questions, you have issues, you come back to this video, you look at my methods. Oh, by the way, okay, here's the thing. The methods might change completely in I don't want to say next month, but it can possibly change in the next month. That's why, you know, you got to keep coming back to the channel to make sure you have the newest updated method. But if you're fine with the old method, that's completely fine, because I'm finding new materials every day. I'm finding new technology every day. Not every new thing is suitable for our process, but I can tell you this. I have to do more testing, but I can tell you this. I can guarantee within the next 2 weeks, when this video is posted, within the next 2 weeks, we're gonna probably have a new method of making proxy that will be simplified. That will be the simplified version of what we have today, at least for foil, right? Because non-foil is very simplified. I cannot be more straight with you with the non-foil version. So let's get into this video right here. So I recorded this while my wife was working, so I didn't make any sound. All right, so as most of you already know, making proxy, number one, you need source. Okay, you need to source your images. And right now what I'm doing is I'm looking at a potential deck I want to make on Architect, the website I go to, my go-to website to look at all the decks, and then all the decks that other people built. So as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see clearly, I'm exporting the deck list, and I'm gonna take it over to, I'm pretty sure proxy.com. Let me see. Oh, actually, sorry, got confused. So I take it to MPC because I need to get the image first. Okay, you could get all your images from Scryfall, all these other websites with the scanned card images. They look fine. I mean, most of them are very low quality. That's just what it is, right? You scan a real card, your text is going to be blurry. There's going to be a lot of artifacts, meaning like little dots or whatever on your image. And PC autofill has the cleanest image, right? Because people made these images for printing. Come over here, import, copy and paste, import my deck list. Takes a second, load up all the images, right? All of these are very high quality source image. That's one of the most important determining factor for a beautiful proxy at the end, is that you have to have good high-res card image, right? And then MPC autofill does that for us. I'm going through each card to select I love that counter spell, to select a specific card art, right, for your image. Also there's double-sided card, you can see right here. Again, my favorite way to double-sided card is to just print them on one side. Sometimes for most of the times, double-sided card has one-sided version of it, so you don't have to print on the both sides. But sometimes they don't. You unfortunately have to make a double-sided card, which is an extra step that you need to take, but no biggie, right? So right here, I'm just going through all of my deck list, make sure that my images are right, I'm picking the right image. Then you can take a look. It's 1200 DPI. That means it's very high quality image, high res for you to print. Now once you finish, you can download the XML, right? As you can see right here. Hopefully my face is not blocking. Am I blocking you? Right here. Yeah, so you can see a little bit more. You can select all the cards, download the card image, or you can download the XML, which is probably the best way for most people, so your image don't take up space. All right, so you do that, and then you take it over to proxy.com, one of the best proxy website out there. Shout out to Clippy, who made this website, and new features are added all the time. Okay, so I know there's new features being added. Now Proxy Printer said, okay, so here's the thing. You could, I'm just showing you all the tools that you can use. Okay, you don't have to stick to one website or the other. You can use both, or you can use one, or you can use all of them. That's the beauty of it. Okay, that's the beauty of making proxy. You have all these tools in your disposal. You can use all of them or one of them. So I think what I'm trying to do is trying to make sure the pages are set up to be letter sized. And then for most of the US paper, right, when you get a paper from Amazon, then they will be letter sized. But when you get it from my store, they're going to be A4 sized, right? Because a Chinese manufacturer, they don't do letter sized paper unless they're specialized in making letter sized paper for the US market, because A4 is what the rest of the world uses. Okay, just want to let you know that I grew up using A4 size paper. Letter size was confusing for me when I first came to America. So if you use A4, then obviously look up the size, change the page size to your paper size, and also do that for your printer as well. I mean, one of the things I'm not doing in this video is to walk through how to set up a printer, just because there's a lot of printers, different brands. I do have a video how I set up the printer I'm using currently, the ET2980, I think, from Epson. Great printer, great budget printer. I mean, it's like 200 something bucks. That's like one Spider-Man collector booster pack. 200 bucks, or Final Fantasy, whatever you call it. And I print like, I don't know, 100 decks, right? That's just what it is, you know, making better financial decision. So what I'm doing right here is I exported the XM file, came over here, imported the XM file. I'm pretty sure I already made it a PDF. I'm just kind of showing you what the process looked like a little bit. So let me see if I fast forward it a little bit. Okay, I'm showing you another tool. So I think I was trying to decide which tool I want to use out of the three. So the third tool right here, you can see, what is it called? It's called Car Tool something. I'll link it in the description. I like this website because it allows you to add spaces between cards, and then that's very helpful if you're using a die cutter, right? It helps with the accuracy. But actually yesterday or the day before, Clippy just added that feature to proxy.com. So I guess there's no need on coming to this website anymore. I mean, I haven't checked it out, but feel free to check it out on proxy.com. What I'm doing right here is trying to see, yeah, so I don't know if you can tell, but there is definitely spaces in between cards. So, you know, it pops out. It helps me to cut them, but it's not friendly with cards that has bleed edge. For some reason, this website is not friendly with the cards that have bleed edge. So what would I use that website? Okay, let me pause it. I wanna make sure you understand this part before I move on. So when would I use this website specifically? I would use this website specifically for the scanned card images that they don't really have bleed edge, right? They're just what it is. And these I made recently, you know, the Spider-Man set. These are all scans of the actual cards, or I don't know, previews. What do you call them? The preview cards, right? The spoiler. So all of these, they are, show you all of them, but I really love these art. They really killed it with the art of Spider-Man set. So when you download your image from Scryfall or from one of these websites that they don't have bleed edge, I would suggest using this website. But now, I mean, it really defeats the purpose because proxy.com already has that feature. So I would just say go over to proxy.com. That's probably going to be the standard moving forward unless anything changes, so that when I'm using my die cutter, okay, so it's probably the best to pair that with a die cutter. You can still cut it with your trimmer, right? Rotary trimmer. But in terms of accuracy, the die cutter works really well with images that's printed that has space in between each other, because it pops out, right? The contrast between white and color. So in your die cutter, you can just make sure the shape of your card edges are lined up, and then just a simple punch, right, for a single card. I mean, it's pretty hard to describe it with words. If you see me do it later, you probably make more sense. So moving forward, I was trying to make a PDF. Okay, so here's what it is. I'm trying to make a PDF, printable PDF. all of these websites are capable of doing that. Okay, so any of these websites, you go up there, make a printable PDF like this one that I have made already with cutting guide. I think eventually I used proxy print setup for this deck specifically because we're working through some updates and changes with the proxy.com, I think. But yeah, once I have a printable PDF made with all the cards I wanted, the next step I'm doing is I'm gonna print it, right? So I want to make sure my printer drive settings are correct, which is what I'm doing right now. And I hear you if you're using Windows. My Windows is in another room than my printer, so that's why I haven't made a specific Windows guide. But if you do want to use Windows, these concepts they still apply. Okay, you just need to find the same name of setting. You might need to tweak a little bit more because Windows gives you more control in terms of how you print, how you want your print to look like. A good way to do that is you join my Crack Secret Layer, because people in there, they have figured it out on how, I mean, they streamline how to print on PC. I mean, I just don't have enough capacity to do that. So that's why I built the Crack Secret Layer community, where people get together and they actually figured it out how to streamline printing specifically on PC, the type of settings you need to dial in. It's all posted in there. Am I gonna make a tutorial in the future? Maybe. I mean, if I ever move my printer closer to the PC, right? Okay, so right here, if you're using a Mac, you're in luck. All right, rip all the Windows user. I use Windows. I don't know why I said that. Okay, so you come in here. You want to first of all make sure your scale is 100%, right? It's right there on the screen. Scale 100%. You want to make sure that. And this right here, I am just going into the details, the specific settings. Let me see if I can. Okay, so right here, printer settings. Is that printer settings? Can't even tell. Printer options. Down there you have your color and then your printers. Right here. Yeah, I have this on my phone because I recorded the video with my phone. So under printer option, you go in there. You want to make sure your print settings are selected correctly. Okay, so under print setting, let's see real quick. So I go over there, go to print setting. Come on, there we go. So your media type is glossy or semi-glossy. I find semi-glossy gives me a little bit darker blacks. It might just be me tripping, or it might just be my printer. You can use either glossy or semi-glossy, no matte. Okay, just either glossy or semi-glossy. Yeah, and then quality, print quality, the best, right? Select the best print quality, no brainer. As you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. Select semi and then best quality and then press OK. Also, if you do not see this, if you watch my old tutorial, this might look a little different because I updated my printer drive and then it just gave me more settings essentially. So if it looks different, go check. So what you do is you go on Google, type in your brand of printer and then the model, and then look for the drive, right? Just download the newest drive for your system. Then you should be able to see this. This right here, crucial. Specifically printing with glossy And on these type of paper, you do want to mess with the colors a little bit. Issues I ran into before was my photo came out, or my image come out magenta-ish, have this magenta hue. I couldn't adjust it before I updated my driver, but ever since I updated it, it had no problem adjusting color. So I tweaked it a little bit, added a little more contrast. Also, this also goes on in our Crockett Secret Lair school community. Okay, people are just so helpful in there because we really want to dive deep into how to craft it. So again, join the Crockett Secret Lair if you really want to dive deep. Excuse me. So yeah, I took some advices from some of the people from our Crockett Secret Lair and then applied it, tried it. This is what I came up with in terms of brightness, saturation, contrast. I think you can tell, right? Yeah, I mean, I wish I zoomed in a little bit with all the numbers. Maybe I'll link it in the comment. I'll just send the numbers in the comment. But yeah, you definitely want to mess with this. So after those two big changes, right, make sure your paper is set to letter size, scale is 100. You go select semi-glossy or glossy type of media, best print quality. Go over here, mess with the color settings. Once you're done all of that, you're good to print, essentially. Okay, so I also made tokens, right? Obviously it requires tokens to, I just feel like it will complete my deck. If I make tokens, then I complete my deck. If I don't, then I will look like a fool when I play and then I don't have a token. So what I did was I went over to NPC. Let me show you how I did this. Right, so because we're going deep, we're going specific in this video, then I'll just have to show you this. So once I finish here, I go back over to Architect. I scroll all the way to the bottom of the deck list. At the bottom, it shows me extras and tokens, right? And I'm just checking how many tokens I would need from the specific card, each specific card, right? So I can make enough tokens at once. So I go down there, I look at all the tokens and how they're made and how they're generated by the cards. I copy the name, I go over to NPC, type T, and what's the name for this specific key that little 2 dots says, or I don't know what they're called. T 2 dot token name, and yeah, I just do that for all the tokens I have for this specific deck right here. And then you go over it, do the same thing. You pick out all the tokens, images, or whatever token images you want. Treasure, you can see right here, I have a ring, I have slug, I have treasure, I have a curse, right? I download all of those images, or I download the XML, right? I don't have to download the images per se. I come over here to proxy print setup. Also, again, just a reminder, you do not have to use proxy print setup. You can use proxy.com. It will work the same. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just adding enough tokens to my pages so I don't waste any space, right? We're printing is 3x3, so 9 images per page. I'm gonna skip this part because it's simple, right? As you can see, I populated the tokens and then I have 3 pages in total. I'm gonna print 3 pages of tokens and then cut them. Now, before we actually print, all right, we're gonna prep our papers. I mean, I wear gloves. You don't have to wear gloves. I don't know why people have a problem with me wearing gloves. So I don't get my card dirty. What's so hard to understand about that? Okay, I digress. Put on my gloves, take out the paper. They're sticky. Yeah, they're sticky. And then it's very easy to leave prints on them. So I'm counting how many papers I need. And this step right here is just me applying the sticker paper onto my cardstock. For my specific printer, I struggle with printed images have blurs at the bottom, and it has something to do with how the paper is being fed through the machine, and then one of the gears wheels that's I don't even have time to excuse me. I'm still a little sick. I don't have time to dive into why my printer isn't printing a full sheet beautifully, but one of the fix is to pre-stick your cardstock onto your pre-stick your sticker onto your cardstock and then feed it through that way. For some reason it just works. All right, I get clearer print this way, but it does require some skills and time, practice, whatever you see right here, because I mean, you really have to take this slow to do. Yeah, right there I got one sheet of paper done. By the way, it is very relaxing, the whole process. I love crafting, and then this is right there with crafting. I know some people would not understand, like me spending 2 hours on printing a deck, cutting them. You vape, so I get to make proxies, I get to apply stickers. You just gotta choose one. And there we have it. I just did that for all of the sheets. No, right here I have them all nicely applied onto the cardstock. Take some time, obviously. You know, I have my favorite movie playing in the back, Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's The Hobbit. The same thing, really. So once they're prepped, you can just put them into the rear feeder of your printer. Right, that's where I put them. And then if you use this specific printer or all Epson printer, I think it asks you, excuse me, it asks you to confirm your paper type. So that's what I did. Now I'll come back sitting down because it will take a second for all of those things to be printed. Also, I made a stupid mistake here. Do not do this. I closed my laptop while it's printing, and then it stopped the printing process. I forgot about that. You know, I have made that mistake before. So don't do that. Don't close your laptop if you're using a laptop. Okay, so I can't remember if I have a clip showing you what my print came out to look like, but yeah, this is it. I went straight into cutting and trimming. Okay, here it is, trimming. Number one, source, find the printable PDF, right? We took care of that part. Right now, let's talk about trimming. You can use whatever you like, okay? You do not have to fight over what tool you want to use. You can use scissors, you can use knives, you can use whatever works for you. Please, you don't have to use what I use. I use them obviously for a reason, because of the convenience, the precision, and whatever. Be resourceful. That's what I'm saying. Okay, be resourceful with the tools you already have. So, as you can see, rotary trimmer. I used to have a $10 Walmart trimmer, right? You've probably seen it. I posted on TikTok. I would never use a trimmer like that again. It was granted, I learned how to cut stuff really well with that trimmer, but it was a pain. It was all made out of plastic. It was janky. I don't even want to talk about it. So the traditional way of making proxies or trimming proxies are you trim them and then you use your corner rounder, right? So all the tools you need will be your rotary trimmer plus your corner rounder. And then I found a die cutter that has the exact same size to the cards, you know, that we play. So I bought the die cutter. It's been fantastic using the die cutter. Very therapeutic, very easy because I don't have to punch each corner. I don't have to trim left, right to, simplify the process. So what I'm doing is I'm trimming them into strips so I can feed them through my die cutter. There's definitely a better way to do this. I mean, obviously I didn't show you how to use the machine cutter, right? The Silhouette. I'm gonna address it now. The Silhouette is a very powerful tool. You need to spend a little time to learn how to use it. You have to test it a couple of times, depending on the method, the thickness of the methods you produce. I'm not using it as much because I found it very frustrating when the machine mess up. When it mess up the whole sheet, or most likely half the sheet. I just don't like it's at the time it was too much for me to handle because I'm printing like, I don't know, 500 sheet per day. That's an exaggeration, but yeah. So I find manual cutting therapeutic. Time consuming, sure, but if you're watching a movie, if you don't have anything else to do, heck, why not, right? So as you can see, I'm just doing that. And again, I want to address the curl issue. You can see some sheets, they curl really bad. Some sheets, they don't. It has something to do with, first, how you apply your sticker onto your cardstock. Because the sticker sheet itself is a very flexible material. When you apply it, if you slightly expand the material onto the cardstock, of course it wants to go back to its original shape, right? Then it will cause some curl. And another way the curl happens, so as far as I know, is when you feed it through your printer, and your printer, when it's rolling through, that causes the sheet to curl because of how hard it grips onto the paper, right? Do I find it distracting? Do I find it annoying to have curled cards? Not really, because as soon as I sleeve them, put them into a card deck, they're pretty much flat. Okay, they're pretty much flat. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. You don't want to watch me do this all day. Okay, so once I finish, I pull out my die cutter. This thing is heavy as heck. I just want to point that out. Okay, if you never hold it in your hand, very well made. Probably the most well made tool that I have. Super heavy duty. I did make a short tutorial on my TikTok on how to set your die cutter up. Really, it's, if you know how to build Lego, you can set it up quickly. So as you can see, I trim into strips and I feed it through the bottom. A lot of people ask me, why don't I feed through the top? I was gonna say something mean, but you really think I haven't thought about feeding it through the top? Okay, Okay, the reason why I feed it through the bottom is because it supports the rest of the sheet, actually supports the card on top, so I don't have to hold it with my left hand. Granted, I'm holding it with my left hand in this one, but I just need to hold down to the die cutter so the sheet, the sheet is not moving as soon as I set it in there, right? See, look at that. But if you fit it from the top and then cut it from the bottom one first, then it's gonna slip. So not much really else to say right here besides you lining up, making sure your card is centered, you're not cutting it crooked or anything. That's how you use a die cutter. Simple, one punch, one card. I love it. Consistency is, look at this, beautiful stuff. Okay, moving on. Oh, my camera's about to die, hold up. All right, moving on. So you do that excuse me. So you do that for all of your sheets, obviously. I just want to show you this. It's my favorite thing. So you have all of your cards cut out, right? Look at this. Look at this in my hand. So I obviously organized them. It looks good. It just feels good when they all come out consistently, the same size, same cut. That feeling, it's just good. Look at it. And if you only use your rotary trimmer, you're not gonna get the size consistent. See here. Look at that. Look at that. So beautiful. It's so satisfying. Granted, does this make you a better Magic player? No. Does it affect your gameplay? The way you shuffle? Not really, truly. But it's satisfying. Okay, so moving on. So I'm sleeving it. I'm also picking a new movie, but I'm sleeving all of my cards. What am I watching? Oh, I'm watching Warcraft. So again, sleeving for me is a standard procedure. In this video specifically, I didn't show you how to do a double-sided card, but I'll explain to you, and you will see in a future video. And I did a video in the past that okay. So I'm sleeving all of these things, right? Put them into sleeves so they're nice and ready to go. Oh, right here. So I want to talk to you about this little tool right here. Was sent to me by TCG Forgery. Thanks dude for sending that out for me. I said I was gonna make a video on it. It's been a bit, but if you struggle with your deck falling over by itself, freshly sleeved card falling over, we all had that experience. That's exactly what the card caddy is for. Okay, let me show you the effect, because when I freshly sleeve them, they just fall over, sometimes without me even touching them. Right, you do not want that happen while you're playing the game. Look, they just fall over. So once you put them in the card caddy like so, they just sit there. And I got the deluxe version, which has a little space at the bottom where I can put all of my tokens in. Let me see, did I do that? Oh yeah, I did. So I put all of my tokens at the bottom. Very helpful, very helpful. It's just, but the only gripe I have with this thing is it's an extra thing that I have to bring, right? It's not integrated into my deck, but it's a very helpful tool. Again, now I put all my cards plus my token into a deck box. Oh, right here, I do sleeve my token just because I don't want to feel that sticky texture. Yes, I know, I print my token, I print foil token. Oh, way overkill. Some people can say that. There we go, my deck fall again because it's slippery. But yeah, I just sleeve my tokens. I also sleeve my double-sided card as well. Yeah, in this video, there's a couple of things that I did not do in this video. Number one, I did not laminate. Okay, again, I told you it's optional. Lamination, maybe I'll show you this visual demonstration. Let's see these two sheets right here. You printed on both. How do you laminate these if you want only single side lamination? All you need to do is to put them into the pouches back to back like this. As soon as you finish laminating, trim the excess laminate. Voila, you have two sheets that's single-sided laminated. And some people ask me, wait, when you trim these, how do the laminate stay on top of the card? Let me be nice. It's because the glue, you melt the glue, the laminate sheet adhesive thing onto your card, so when you trim them, it does not come off. That's just what it is. That's physics. Yeah. And some people say, why don't you laminate after? And I would ask, how about you show me how to laminate your cards after, and how you would trim your cards after. So I digress. Now, another thing I didn't do in this video, double-sided card. I have these freshly made double-sided cards from the Spider-Man sets. Okay, from the Spider-Man sets. My favorite card, or card art, I guess, is this Miles Morales. I love this art right here. Beautiful. I mean, Green Goblin is cool, right? Right here, Green Goblin. Beautiful. Now, if you excuse me, if you are making a non-foil version of the double-sided card, all you need to do is to print on both sides. Okay, I know there's difficulty in terms of alignment, because when you feed your paper back into your machine, it might not come out the way it might be off, slightly off a little bit. There's tools that will help you to align them. As far as how to do it right, I might do a video on this, but somebody else did it in the Crack Secret layer. Also, they figured out a way to have perfect alignment if you want to print double-sided card. Again, there's people who are better than me. Can you believe that? Right? And then they are in my Crack Secret layer. So they figured it out that way. For me, I don't care as much. I mean, if there's a slight, right here, let me show you this. So double-sided card, right? This card right here, double-sided. I printed on both sides. Look at the bottom right here. A little trim of white, because my alignment wasn't right. I'm missing a little bit top of the card. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know? I am okay with imperfection. But with foil version, if you want to make foil double-sided card, you will need two sheets. You will print, if you want to see a visual representation right now, if you can't wait for me to make one, I mean, I made one in the past, but if you want to see a shorter condensed version of that process, go to TikTok, because I made a quick video on that. And then basically you need two sheets, right? What I would recommend you to do is just to get the math right. Right here, I have 9 cards, 9 double-sided cards. 9 card fronts on one sheet, 9 card backs on one sheet. You print them individually, 2 sheet paper. you print your front, you print your back. Well, the front, you could actually apply your sticker onto your cardstock, right? To differentiate or whatever, you know, to make it easier. Now you have your front, you have your back. You just trim them regularly on like how you would normally trim them. Because the back has a backing paper, it's basically a sticker. All you need to do is to trim them into, let me see if I can find a demonstration here. Okay, see. So, I mean, this is two separate front and back, right? So let's say that you printed your front like this, and then you printed your back like this. Your front should have a cardstock on the back, right? This is ready to go. Actually, wait, this is the front. Sorry, this is the front. You have your front with cardstock in the back. Your backing sheet, it will still be on your back image. So you tear the backing paper on your back, you grab your front, you line it up, and then you just stick, and then you have a double-sided card. And that's how these are made. And I did not laminate these just because it will be way too thick. It'll be way too thick. So front, back, it's just two stickers on one cardstock. That's what it is. And then I sleeve them, because when you play these, right? When you play these cards, you actually need to, what's the word? Take them out of the sleeve and then play it. So that's what it is. But they come out beautiful. Okay, they come out beautifully. I love these double-sided cards from the new Spider-Man set. Same exact process, same way how you would print a single-sided card for foil, right? I think that's it. I mean, this video is gonna be super long. I already know. So watch this at your own pace, and then go. You can do it. You can do it as I'm talking through this video, as you know, you have this video play. So when you hear my commentary, you know you're going through the steps right by following what I'm saying. Let me know if I missed anything, because I am a human. I do make mistakes. And let me know if this specific type of video is helpful, because I mean, granted, there's a couple of cuts in this video, but I can do maybe a live stream in the future. Live stream, I can show you live how I make a deck, if you're down for that, because it's probably gonna be like a 2-3 hour long stream. But I'm down to do that, because I'm always making cards, right? Again, thank you for being here. Appreciate you for being here. I'm gonna give you a little update on the pre-ordered Cracker Secret Layer proxy bundle, material bundle that you have pre-ordered it. I actually have seen a sample. I actually have recorded a video of me unboxing it. Now, it is almost ready. I kind of mentioned it earlier. Our methods are gonna change. Not drastically change, not like, oh, we're gonna redo steps or whatever. It's not that. We're gonna simplify it. Actually, I might have found, or my cousin actually probably helped me to find this new material that can potentially cut one of the steps in the whole proxy making process. It will cut down the time of making proxy, which I always welcome. And I'm contemplating on subbing some of the materials from the old bundle, switch it out with this new material. I can't tell you yet, because I haven't done enough tests with this new material to get consistent result. But as soon as we nail that part, then I would, because it's with this new material, you're actually getting more value, you're spending less time. Yeah, basically that's what it is. And then you're dealing with one material instead of two materials. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you haven't pre-ordered, go check it out. I'm not sure how many bundles we have left. Remember last time I said there's only 100 of each package, right? So excuse me, still a little sick. Another update, we had our in-person Commander Night this past Friday. Phenomenal turnout locally here on my island, Hawaii, Oahu. Really, phenomenal turnout. About 20 people came out. We played Commander Nights. I played 4 games. I won 1. At this beautiful cafe. The food is amazing. The drink is amazing. We're gonna do it again. So if you're local on the west side of Kapolei or anywhere else on Oahu, we're gonna try to do Commander Nights every night. I already set up a sign up sheet. By the time I upload this video, you can probably go to sign up if you're local, or if you want to fly over, whatever it works for you. Okay, we're gonna do these on Fridays at this cafe. It's called Island Vintage, and then we're gonna do it from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. till closing, essentially. Yeah, so remember, I got 4 games in. Okay, we can potentially get more games in if we, format it right. But I will link the RSVP link. If you're local, please come out, have fun. I also gave away proxies that I made myself, like the Soul Stone and a couple of the Spider-Mans. So if you came early last time, you probably got a copy of the Soul Stone and some of the Spider-Man that I made as a gift, as a little gesture. And yeah, that's it. I mean, comment if you have any questions, reach out to me, join the Kraken Secret Layer if you really want to dive deep into how to make proxies. And I will see you in the next video.